Hey guys, I'm fixing to go live to do an interview in about 45 minutes, but I wanted to go ahead and make this short video because some things have come up. Hey, atheists don't exist. What's up? So, yeah, let me share my screen to give you an idea of what's going on here. Alrighty. So if you go to Rougue Calvinist's YouTube channel, he made a video how to avoid repentance and then it's like a true free gracer, So, well, looky here, guys. Y'all should be able to see my PowerPoint. Can y'all see that? All right. Hey, it's going to the wrong monitor. 1 second. All right. Y'all can see that now? So what I did was, this guy's name is Rougue Calvinist, right? That's his emblem over there with the hood on and by the tulips and all that. And when I hear Rogue, I think about X-Men, right? Well, so what I did was I used a thumbnail generator and I put in Rogue from X-Men. And of course, Rogue is a woman, right? And I said, make Rogue look like John Calvin. And this is what we came up with right here. No ember reminds me of the Phantom of the... His emblem reminds you of the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, I can see that. Well, he hasn't shown his face yet, so I made a face for him, okay? But yeah, I just thought it funny that they replaced Rogue with this for this creature that's supposed to be John Calvin, and it looks pretty short. It looks more like Lord of the Rings type stuff or something. But anyway, let me be honest. I don't know if this debate's going to happen. Now I'll show you why. I want it to happen, not because he's a challenge to me or anything like that. It's just that I want to disprove free grace. I want to disprove LOTUS. I want to test it. I want to road test the theory. So in the video that I showed y'all right now, I'm not going to play his video, and I'm still working through it. Okay, I'll come back to this. But at the 9:40 mark, he blocked me. I came over work and I'm like, what? We just talked through emails. What do you mean he blocked me? But anyway, I figured it all out. So here's the emails, okay? SFT, hey gentlemen, what is the debate topic and resolution? Charles, what's your availability? Thanks, guys. All right. And so Rougue Calvinist replied, his challenge was Tulip versus LOTUS. What we might need to narrow it down on the points considering time constraints. I'm fine with whatever you guys think we can get done. If you want to do something like, does LOTUS or Tulip more accurately reflect the biblical soteriology? I will begin wherever else I'm usually available at 9 p.m. Okay, that's 4:10 p.m. All right, 4:12. SFT says that topic works for me. Sounds fun. I think I remember Charles telling me he can't do February debates. If somebody had to pick a date in March. No, I can do February debates. It's not March that I can't do. Also, because of work, I think I can only do Saturdays. Well, wait until he prize. We'll pick him up on that date. My husband's bothering me, guys. Hold on. Where's my inhaler? All right. So Saturday's Feb. So I replied at 4:27 p.m. Saturdays in Feb works for me. I'm fine with the proposed thesis. This will be my first debate defending LOTUS. I will, of course, put my own signature on it, my own spin. So what I mean is, you need to study me as well. Okay, Donnie, 4:30. Okay, perfect. How does February 15th sound? And then Rogue says sound 5, 4:47. And I said, sounds good to me. I finally got to see it at 6:17. And the reason being because I'm working, I was busy at work. So I was finally able to confirm it at 6:17. Watch what happened. Y'all ever seen those memes like wherever a person doesn't reply to a chat and they start going off on you? Like, fine, don't reply to me. That's almost sort of like what's happening right here, guys. Hey, Old Catholic. Hey, King's Table. So look at this. This was 13 hours ago, which roughly is from 10 counting backwards. So he said, I don't like waiting. If something is taking too long, I just do it myself. Why not just come on live with me and talk about it? I don't know why you need Standing for Truth Ministries anyway. 7 hours ago, which I estimate was 2 p.m. Okay. Remember that debate was confirmed at 6 p.m. So, and he didn't, if I remember right, he didn't start exchanging emails till like 4 p.m. But 2 p.m. I said, you are being extremely disrespectful. Talking about to Standing for Truth. Standing for Truth schedules debaters months in advance. His channel is good enough for other Calvinists, but not for you. Why should you get special treatment? All right, 6 hours ago, roughly 3 p.m. How am I being disrespectful? I'm inviting you to come on and have a discussion with me live. What does he pay you or something? What? Does he pay you or something? So here he is going again, running down SFT's names, assuming some type of conspiracy. I have debated on his channel before. Now you're being really confrontational for no reason, and I'm pretty close to telling you to take your attitude or somewhere else. Guys, he's the one that was trying to bypass SFT. I was saying you're being disrespectful. Give him time. Be patient and wait for him to reply to the emails. The other day, when on Twitchy's channel, they conversed with each other in the chat because I tagged them both in. And he said, I haven't got a chance to get to the emails yet. I'll reply to it. And then he does this crap. Anyway. So we keep going. And he says, I debated on this channel. Now you're being really confrontational. I'm being really confrontational because I said the guy was being disrespectful to SFT. For no reason, I'm pretty close to telling you take your attitude on somewhere else. If you're afraid to have a live discussion with me, just say that. Guys, I'm not afraid of the Black Hebrew Israelites. I'm not afraid of JP. I'm not afraid of Mahler. I'll go in any hornet's nest. And I tell people, you're going to cook me in an informal discussion setting every time. But I'll still go because it improves my flavor. Okay? So this guy don't know me very well. You don't know me at all. 3 p.m. All right? I have been trying to be nice to you this whole time, and you have been a jackass. Starting off with threatening me and now this. I'm threatening him. You hear this? If you want to fight me, we can do that. But if you want to continue this normal conversation, that's the only alternative. I'm giving you a last opportunity to act like a freaking reasonable person here. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you having negative conversations every day. Every day? I didn't have... What's he talking about? But anyway, and then he said, I blocked people for that at the end. So 4 p.m. I reply, and I don't even see this message, all right? I saw that one, the first one. And I said, don't even try me either. If this is an attempt to back out of the debate, then consider yourself about to be engaged in video wars. My debate reputation speaks for itself. I've never backed out of the 30 plus debates, and all of a sudden you think I'm playing games? You only hit my radar because a provisionalist was recommending you to have a conversation with. As I noticed your attitude towards provisionalism and free grace, I decided to challenge you. Because I've been subscribed to his channel for some months now. But I kept seeing his attitude, and I was like, okay, maybe this would be a good way for me to get my first debate testing Lotus. But SFT don't usually allow debaters that won't cam up anyway. Perhaps it's you that is playing games. And then he replied, I said at 4 p.m. I said, you are being disrespectful to SFT. I said, I didn't say I don't want to come on. I asked you if it's in addition to the debate. Yeah, that message ain't even showing up. So I don't know what he did with that. I said, if it's in addition to the debate. Then this guy named Michael Chandler Keaton, whoever he is, he said, I'll debate you on cam any day. Look me up on Complete Sinner's Guide. I've debated David Paulman and had an informal debate dialogue with Leighton Flowers. I said, great. Screenshotting this to SFT. Okay. Anyway. So then, check it out. So I'm at work. You know, I get busy at certain times. And this is around 4 p.m., right? And I get real busy around 5, 6. I look on my phone and I see this, like a true free gracer, live in 3 hours. And so from 8 back 3, that would be 7, 6, 5. So it's about 5. All right. And actually, no, I know exactly what time it is. I forgot. If you see in the corner, I got it circled. It's 4:54 p.m. And I said, and so I saw this and I saw the comment where he's going to be replying to Tulip, and I'm like, well, maybe he bought the book. So I said, did you buy the book? I said, study all 35 of my debates too, so you can catch more nuance. You got until February so you could theoretically react to every one of my debates. Just saying. Formal, you know, helpful. I wanted him to put his best foot forward, right? That's all I was saying. Okay? Then I go back and I see this. Since beginning communication with Layman Center, I've had many free gracers come and tell me that Calvinists are backloading works and the gospel. This was at 1 p.m. when he posted, if I'm counting back right. So he said he's going to go through LOTUS with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, so maybe he's going to buy the book, right? Well, watch this. 4 p.m., guys. 5 hours ago, roughly 4. Maybe what he did was maybe after he confirmed the debate, maybe then he blocked it. I don't know, but I saw this. I didn't see this at 4 p.m. This is after I gone back and found out. Well, what went on, man? We just agreed to a debate, and he mentions at the very beginning of this stream that I've been blocked. I'm so like, I've been blocked. You've been blocked because I don't have time to have little baby face negative interactions with you back and forth. I'm trying to be nice to you this whole time. I don't know why you want to act this way. You want it, you got it. Donnie emailed me about the debate. He said he's waiting on your response. In the meantime, we're going to be taking a closer look at your theology live tonight. None of this means the debate is off just because we've been blocked from commenting here. We have an email dialogue with Standing for Truth Ministries. Don't get me wrong. There was a time whenever David Preston, I think I did that too, because y'all know how David is. But I never, you know, we worked it out right now, and we're waiting for Layman to confirm the time and date. Okay, so roughly 4 p.m. or whatever. So once again, Saturdays works for me. I'm fine with the proposed thesis. This is 4:27 p.m. Okay, everyone agreed. Like I said, 6:17. I said sound good to me. So hypothetically, he had already, well, not even hypothetically, actually, he had me blocked already before I even got a chance to confirm the debate at 6:15. So he must have done some editing. But regardless of that, so then I start listening to his stream, right? And at the 9:40 mark, unless he cuts off his trailer. Hey, idol killer, you doubt Rougue would debate you. He doesn't do well in formal moderated debates or even dialogues for that matter. Yeah. I know you know. You went through it. The 9:40 mark, he said he blocked Layman's seminary, and he said he's going to reply to Lotus. Then he said he's going to start with a definition of faith. Okay? So, you know what? I realize he's not going to debate Tulip. He's going to debate F Tulip. All right? And I know some of y'all want to say F Tulip too, because that's his assumption about faith in there. So, F Tulip. Well, this is the thing. He goes to 2 Thessalonians 3:2. And I'm giving him this an advantage. Like, he's got to change his whole game plan up. He's got to come harder than this. If he's going to make debate prep videos like the one he made earlier, I'm going to make debate prep. I always do transparent debate prep. I want him to put his best foot forward. Okay? So I want him to put his best foot forward. Not all men have faith. Okay, well, so I just doing some observations. And so my thought was, it doesn't say not all have the gift of faith by irresistible grace. It doesn't say that in the passage. So I was like, well, it could refer to people that never believed. And it could mean something like not all believe the gospel. It may even just mean you can't even trust people. That might be one idea. Or if they are believers, then it would be something like not all have sound doctrine, or not all that are faithful. These are just English observations I was thinking about. Or not all have the same outlook. Possibilities I came up with. But what's interesting is 3:3 has the Lord being faithful mentioned in that passage, which is similar to other things Paul does in 2 Timothy. And then he made this claim. God has given... Oh, no, this is me. I'm sorry. God has given all men faith by making them in his image. That's my position. All men can believe things. It's not what it's nothing special about the faith. It's the fact you put your faith in the right supernatural object, person. That's what saves. And I said free grace has different views of faith, because he just wants to go off this volition thing. Well, GES has the view that it's persuasion. That you make choices up to that point, but you're overwhelmed by the case of something and you're persuaded. It's not a choice in that scenario. And then he said, you're either certain or you're not. Then he goes to 1 Corinthians 12:9 to argue that gift faith and spiritual faith are the same thing. I'm like, you could go to Romans 12:3. But even there, it's talking about spiritual gifts there. What spiritual gifts are not salvation in themselves. They are benefits and functions that occur after being saved. And yeah, they happen at the same time. But this is not a passage to use to basically argue that that not all have faith, and therefore God's got to give you the gift of faith. And then he says that this is coming close to blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Then he went to Romans 4. And then he says this passage about how God justifies the ungodly. And so, he was going in there. And then he started making mention of Ephesians 2, which you'll get to. That's as far as I got so far. But I just wanted to put this out there because, I gotta go live and interview somebody in a few minutes. But I just wanted to get this out there and get the ball rolling. And I'm waiting to see what type of energy he comes with. I'm going to keep studying his video and all of that stuff and the stuff that he puts out. He's just making my debate prep a lot easier. But still, I'm making it harder on me because I'm telling them a little bit about what my responses would be. But the debate isn't F tulip, it's tulip. So you need to add some more letters to your system. Some people add a PS and for sovereignty or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, that's essentially all I wanted to do. Y'all stay tuned. Like I said, I'll be live soon. God bless, guys. Oh, wait. I don't care if it's something. Before you prep for the debate, make sure you have a commitment on proposition, channel, mod, date, and time. Don't work for him to back out. Yeah, so look. Let me show you what I got so far. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was just showing that a while ago. So, let me go to current slide. Okay, so right now, here's the proposition. Does Lotus or Tulip more accurately reflect the biblical soteriology? That's what he proposed. 9 p.m. usually. And then Saturday, February 15th, sound. And he said, sounds fine right here at 4:47 p.m. And I agreed at 6:17 p.m. So yeah, you got SFT's a moderator, February 15th at whatever corresponds to his 9 p.m. All right. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, Rogue agreed to debate, but he's acting weird. He really is acting weird. Is this the end for Lotus? Stay tuned. Well, I get so sick of I get bored with the free grace debates, you know? And I realize that everybody's got this baggage from Calvinism, even if they're not Calvinists. So it's like, well, might as well just go after the flower, you know, devour the flower. Let's see if there's anything else. Questions as propositions? What do you mean, oh Catholic? Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, he agreed, and we'll see what happens from there. I think people should just use a statement. Yeah, but when it shows up in the YouTube thumbnail, it's usually in the form of a question. Proposition is biblical, not contrast or ask questions. Okay. Not contrast or ask questions. Thanks. All right. I'll take care of that. He said, I like Rogue, but not video games while talking. Yeah, I don't know. He could have a very good debate career if he would just chill out and not get mad when somebody don't text him back fast or get impatient like that. Calvinism is the only Abrahamic faith. Example. Okay, got you. Depends if you eat the flowers. All right. I'll see y'all later. God bless.